Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic Monday, wherever you are around the world. Hopefully, everyone a good weekend as well. Again, hopefully, we're hoping. I say hopefully, we're hoping for more Liverpool news that will be coming thick and fast. Hopefully, as the month does draw to a close. But we are here tonight to talk about two bits of news. Of course, one you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, but of course, we are going to discuss FSG and the whole Bordeaux situation. Looks like, again, Better News did come out just before we did go live. That's why we were a bit late going live, but there is some breaking news concerning FSG and Bordeaux. And of course, we're going to discuss all of the rumours around Kubo, of course, from Real Sociedad. Of course, over the last 24 hours has realistically become a main target for Liverpool, according to certain outlets. And of course, we're going to talk a bit about that today anyway as well, and get your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below as well. Hopefully all of you guys are on a good day as well. But we got the Cal as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. And yeah, again, if you guys have seen anything as well, then let me know in the comments down below as well. But we're just going to jump straight into it then, chat with the news. And of course, we're going to discuss and talk about FSG and Bordeaux. Now, the whole rumblings of today has been that FSG were back in talks with Bordeaux to potentially sign them, because again, they are set a deadline, and if they don't reach that deadline in getting new ownership, then they will get demoted to the third tier of the French league, or French football, I should say. Now, David Lynch came out earlier saying that FSG sources have dismissing suggestions that they have resumed talks to acquire Bordeaux. They insist no change since last week's statement confirming a deal wouldn't be progressing. So again, that was from David Lynch earlier on today, saying that again, FSG was not interested in going back to Bordeaux to even start conversations. Well, now there was a report that did come out from L'Equipe as well, saying the opposite. Bordeaux's mayor, again, Pierre Hermic, again, apologies for any bad pronunciation, that said he has confirmed to L'Equipe that FSG and Bordeaux talks have resumed. Now, this did leave, again, there was loads of reports on it. There was different bits and pieces coming out from L'Equipe saying, again, FSG were the last result for Bordeaux. It was FSG or nothing, pretty much. And in the last 5-10 minutes from obviously Dave O'Cop, saying again, breaking news, FSG have pulled out of negotiations again for the sale of Bordeaux. Fenway Sports Group legal team reportedly informed the French side this evening reasons here. And again, you guys can go and click on the article piece as well. I haven't had a chance to look at it as of yet, but again, it doesn't look great in the whole Bordeaux camp as well. For me, again, when you look at the certain aspects of the deal, again, if not everything is owned by Bordeaux. Of course, the current ownership, they have completely destroyed that football club. From, again, I don't even think they own their own stadium. I think, again, their training ground, I think, gets rented out, I think, a couple of times a year as well. So it's a real big issue for Bordeaux. And if those rumours are true, again, that FSG tonight have pulled out, then it does look like Bordeaux will go to the third tier of French football, which is a shame because, again, a team that was, probably 14-15 years ago were fighting in the Champions League. Again, I think it was 2010, 2011, they were in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So again, it just goes to show that football is a very, very horrific ordeal sometimes for certain clubs. And again, it's not great when you look at it, because again, it's another team that look like they're going to go bust or near enough bust. Again, FSG, according to the reports, were Bordeaux's only option. And again, there might have been conversations that happened again tonight, but it now looks like that it's completely off for Bordeaux and FSG as well. We'll quickly click on the site as well from David Kopp so we can actually see what they've said on here anyway. Let me quickly click that up for you guys. There we go. What else do we have? Gary's in as well. Big up Gary. Italia will be Takefusa Kubo. That means 50 goals for a star win. I wouldn't say that so much, Gary, but thank you very much for popping in as well, mate. Let me quickly get this up a minute, chat. Otherwise, this is going to completely not work. Right. Is that the one we want? Yes, it is. There we go. So if we quickly click this, sorry for any advertisement that does pop up. I'm trying to get rid of it now. So as you can see, there, breaking FSG pull out of the Bordeaux sale as bloody stupid pop-ups, man. Keep bloody popping up. Anyway, but yeah, you can see there, FSG bloody go away with the bloody pop-ups. Sure, this is why we hate coming on websites. It's so annoying. But anyway, FSG pull out again for Bordeaux, as you can see there. Quickly scroll down. So yeah, last week Bordeaux released a statement confirming Fenway Sports Group ended their interest in the League Two side. Obviously, noting debt, stadium costs, and other factors were believed to be the reasons for FSG ending their interest. Fenway Sports Group are interested in acquiring a second club with a number of potentials suited name in recent months. News broke today in French confirming that Liverpool's ownership had re-entered negotiations to buy the famous French side. However, in the last moments, it's been reported that FSG's legal team have informed the French side they are not acquiring them. Of course, it's a catchphrase. Chaotic news for the former French champions as well. Of course, it does go on to say in French, if any French speakers are in the chat, of course, that piece there as well. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts. For me, again, how bad they are behind the scenes is not great. And like certain bits and pieces that are coming out around the whole situation, it's not great. And again, I think more questions need to be asked for again the French committee. Like again, the French. I don't know. Again, obviously in the Premier League, you've got of course the Premier League, and you've got the EFL and the French league. I'm not so sure who's in charge of keeping a maintenance in terms of teams, but again. But things need to be done better. And I know French football, apart from PSG, has gone downhill slightly because, again, COVID and of course, the money side of things in France isn't as big as in, for example, like a Spanish league or Premier League. It took me a while then to really get that out as well. But something needs to be done there because, again, you look at teams certainly in the lower leagues here, for example, like I think was it Barry that went bust and so on as well. Teams shouldn't, like football clubs shouldn't go bust, if that makes sense. And yeah, I think something needs to be done about that in the league anyway, and certainly around different like the EFL and like other organizations need to sort things out in terms of, again, keeping clubs. Again, clubs can lose money. That's the way football works sometimes. But making sure they stay afloat and making sure the owners don't take the absolute mick. Again, Reading's another one. Certainly more in the English league. I think things need to be done like that. Again, it goes more into football than, again, not so much Liverpool, but again, more as a football base of things need to be done in that certain area. But again, will it affect FSG much, the fact they're not going for him? No. Or they're not going for the club? No, because again, Liverpool supposedly, or not Liverpool, sorry, FSG have apparently 3 or 4 clubs that they're looking at as well. So it looks like Bordeaux is a complete loss. Again, whoever got them, it would take them probably years and years to sort that out as well. Anyway, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Anyway, but Edwards and Hughes need to get on the bloody phone ASAP. Look, like we'll talk about Kubo in a minute, but I think everyone's panicking way too much. I don't know why. Look, if we're sat here at the end of the summer window, and we're still talking about Liverpool haven't signed anyone and this, that, and the other, then I will be on the same boat as you, Gary, and many others as well. But there's no rush. Like, again, if Liverpool's top targets, or if Liverpool's, if they haven't decided yet on targets, then again, look, I'm not panicking so much, because again, you look at, I know people have straight away gone on to, like, I think BT put a thing up earlier about, Chelsea have signed 36 players in the last year or year and a half. Spurs have signed the second most. Like, Liverpool at the bottom of the list with that. I'm not asked. Like, again, I'd much rather sign, a player of the quality that's going to walk into the team, and then like, again, because I've seen people saying that Liverpool should sign bench players this summer, or Liverpool should just sign players for the sake of it. Why? I'm sorry, when did we turn into Chelsea? Like, is that something that we do? No. Like, Liverpool sign players for the quality level. Like, I want to sign the world's best six. I want to sign a centre half that's going to overtake Virgil van Dijk in that level. Like, again, I don't want to be signing a player that, okay, we guarantee he's going to be third choice centre half. It's like the whole Lenny Euro situation. Don't know why people lost their minds over that. Like, 70 million euros for a kid that's had one proper professional season. And again, the whole thing about Lenny Euro was supposedly he wanted guaranteed minutes, which, again, does he walk into Liverpool's team? No. Does he replace Virgil? No. Does he replace Ibu? No. Does he get ahead of concert? Probably not, as well. So, again, would have been an amazing addition, but still, he'd be coming in as third or fourth choice centre half. He's not coming in to be the number one guy. And that's, for me, what I want. Like, I want players that are going to walk into the team, or they're going to be just off the cusp of it for now, and then with progression, they'll start to become the best. Like, again, people forget we spent 6 months not watching Fabinho at the football club. Fabinho played 2 games in 6 months. Turned out he was one of the best sixes we've had in years and years. And a player of Fabinho's caliber we'd love in this team. And that's what we need. And again, I'm not asked if Liverpool wait until August to get the right people in. I couldn't give a crap. As long as they're the right people, as long as they're going to improve this football team, I do not care. And I think many people should also feel that way as well. Just stop panicking. It's like, again, if we're sat here at the end of the transfer window and Liverpool have made any signings, then I think everyone deserves to panic and deserves to be outraged. And I would 100% agree with that. But as of right here, right now, calm down. That's all I would say as well, anyway. But Sod Bordeaux, Liverpool needs signings. Okay, says Callum. Plus Nunes, Mr. Japan's worry. I don't think he's going to get banned now. Gary, I'll be surprised if he does now. Club level. To be fair, they got Tony as well, saying, I want Calaflori and Wharton. Well, Calaflori's off to Arsenal, isn't he? At the minute. Again, that would be an interesting one. Like, again, I think for me, as of right now, I would put Arsenal's favourites to win the league. With the way things are, the way the teams are at, I would put Arsenal's favourites to win the league, because you look at that team, there's no excuses for them. Every player's in the prime of their position, or in their prime years in their positions. Again, they have no excuses now to not win the league. They've got their goalkeeper, they've got their right back, centre halves, left back. The midfield supposedly is the best midfield in the league. And again, the only thing they could arguably complain about is the striker. But apart from that, I think Arsenal favourites for the league at the minute. But Wharton, I'd like. I think he's a really good player. Kubo is like a young Salah, says Al. Big up Al. Hope you're doing well, mate. As well. Yeah. Again, we'll get on to Kubo in a moment. But Guy, Edison, Almo, centre back 6, and then attacker. We don't need that much. Gary, I would disagree with that slightly. Guy, yeah, I would take him. Almo, do we need Almo? Not really. With the players we got, centre half and a 6. Like, again, I think if the main priority for Liverpool is to get a 6, and that's what we should be looking at, you know, and we should. But it's also again, we'll speak about Kubo now. It's supposedly the 60 million euro release clause. Liverpool should use that first on a 6, than signing a right winger, in my opinion. But again, other people might think we need more an attacker than a 6. Again, that's their opinion as well. But Sky Sports said Juve, Real Madrid, and a Prem club have been trying to sign Calafiori in addition to Arsenal in the last 10 days. I don't think Juve got the money. Madrid might be looking at him. I wouldn't say that's not true, but I think more or less he's going to be an Arsenal player. Now, I'd be surprised if he wasn't an Arsenal player, to be fair, Tony. But again, who knows? It's football. Football's a weird place. And again, hopefully, Liverpool will be part of the conversations in due time anyway. But we'll get on to Kubo. Anyway, now last night there was a report that came out from a Japanese outlet. Let me quickly get it up for you guys because again, this is where all the hype came from, of course. So from this website, as you can hopefully see on screen right now, there we go. So again, this is translated. So if there is any weird wording, then I do apologize. But it does say negotiations near final stage for the birth of Liverpool's Kubo as agent arrives in Japan. It was revealed on the 21st the Japanese midfielder Kubo of Spanish First Division club Real Sociedad is likely to make a surprise transfer of the again, I'm not going to pronounce that word, English club Liverpool. According to multiple sources, negotiations are already in the final stages, and Kubo himself is positive about taking on the challenge of the world's top Premier League. Both the transfer fee and annual salary are expected to be the biggest contracts in Japanese soccer history. The birth of Liverpool's Kubo is becoming a reality, according to multiple sources in England. Kubo's agent has already arrived in England. The negotiations seem to be in the final stages of finalising the details, and an agreement may be reached soon. Kubo extended his contract with Real Sociedad in February until February to February of 2029, and the transfer fee is set at 60 million euros. Of course, Liverpool are prepared a penalty fee for 65 million euros and the proposed annual salary of 15 million euros, which works out around 250 grand a week. Well, sources Kubo is also positive about joining Liverpool and has already started studying English with an eye of participating in the Premier League in the future. Again, you can read about this. It seems that he has now reached a level where he can give interviews in English. It is also a positive factor that Japan national team captain Wataru Endo is also a member of the club. Now, what do we make of this then, chat? A pile of rubbish or pile of truth as well? Now, what is also interesting, and one thing I would say, is before we do debunk this as well and go through it, the one thing, again, when you do look at it, again, 23 years of age would be a player like Liverpool would love as well. Wataru Endo himself went on a Japanese show, I believe this was today as well, and he did come out with an interview, and this is what he had to say as well. Let me quickly get rid of the banner a minute so you guys can see the full piece as well. So the question was to Wataru Endo, if you could transfer one Japanese player to Liverpool, who would it be? And this was Wataru Endo's answer. Maybe Kubo. They're looking at a replacement for Mo Salah. So that's probably going to be a real area for Liverpool to strengthening the future. And if they think about who can replace him, I think it would be Kubo. And that was from of course, Wataru Endo on this Japanese show. Now, again, the whole the whole article piece. What again? The source has been reliable in the past, but more recently, it's been very much wrong. So again, it's kind of like sport. Is it sport? Portugal, where they reported on Darwin Núñez joining Liverpool, they got that right, and then they haven't really got anything right since. Now this report anyway, of course, again has got debunked. And again, Lewis Steele coming out as well, saying reports in Japan that of course Kubo is close to joining Liverpool are premature. Arne Slot wants to fully assess his squad during the upcoming preseason tour of the United States, and his patient approach to transfers will be applied. And of course, the thumbs up, which everyone lost their minds about on Twitter as well, and Fabrizio Romano as well, saying, I'm not aware of anything really concrete happening around Kubo and Liverpool. I saw these reports, but there's nothing, not something that I'm told is close or imminent at this stage. Now, do I think Liverpool are interested? Yes. Do I think Liverpool are going to go for him? No. That would be my opinion. I do think he's a player that Liverpool have looked at. I think Liverpool got, rumoured back to him, I think maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Is he somebody that Liverpool would go for now? Of course, because again, left-footed, right-sided forward. I think he can play as a 10. He can play as a striker as well. I think he's done that for Sociedad in the past. Of course, 60 million euros release clause. Again, that would be a pretty much an easy deal for Liverpool. Again, I think obviously still Liverpool could negotiate higher because, again, release clauses are a bit dodgy in terms of wanting so much up front. But is Kubo the guy for Liverpool right now? I'm not so sure. Again, looking at his numbers, they're positive in some ways because, again, he's something that Liverpool don't have currently at the squads, in the team. But again, looking at his La Liga numbers, started very strong last year in La Liga and then kind of phased out towards the end. Again, I think he only got 7 goals, 4 assists in La Liga, which again, it's not great. But when you look at Mo Salah numbers back, at that age, again, wasn't really great numbers in the same sense. Again, it's different comparisons with different players. But when you do look at that type of player, there's not many in Europe that is, again, left-footed, right-sided player that's at a decent level. Again, look, Kubo supposedly was meant to be the star. Again, Real Madrid, I think he's been, was it Barcelona, Real Madrid, I think obviously of course left Madrid, I think, to go to Sociedad after a loan spell as well. So, and of course Real Madrid would also benefit from Kubo leaving Sociedad to join Liverpool if he was to do that as well, because of course they get I think it's a 20% sell-on clause in there. I think, or it might even be more than that as well. Anyway, but let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Anyway, for me, I don't think Liverpool are going to sign Kubo this summer. Do I think, again, Liverpool are interested in him? Yes, I do. But do I think Liverpool are going to go and just, maybe after the summer, maybe after the America tour, then they might go for it. I'm not so sure. But again, we clearly know it's going to be August. The Liverpool do their business. Is Kubo in that? Then I'm not so sure. But again, it's also, would you rather spend 60 million euros on, or again 55 million on a DM, or would you rather spend it on a right winger? And I think many people would say they'd want a DM first over a right-sided forward as well. That's just my opinion, but I don't know about you guys neither. But 23 years old, Liverpool would get a 10-year out of Kubo as well. Could do if it worked out, Gary. Mohamed's in as well, saying Liverpool got 3 weeks before the Premier League, so new signings a month for Liverpool. Yeah, that's true. Like and subscribe the stream, yeah, if you could, very much appreciated. Salah is finished. It's not the same of those years. Yeah, true. I think I think Liverpool are preparing for Mo to go next summer. I do believe that. But this has legs, Connor. It's 50-50 for me. I think there's interest there, but again, I'm not so sure. But I'd rather take a punt on Bakayuku. Cash plus Seth Vandenberg could be an option. Again, obviously Bakayuku, I think today that also got a bit of encouragement from from Belgian reporters suggesting that again he's still on Liverpool's list. Again, I think Liverpool just have a list of 10 players for every position at the minute. Anyway, but that's basically the news. Again, Kubo. It looks like again Liverpool maybe just intrigued a bit more about the whole situation, but again, all the reporters are coming out and saying again nothing is as advanced as what was reported in Japan, but still you never know. You may wake up tomorrow and Kubo might be a Liverpool player. Who knows? But for me, I do think keep an eye on it, but I do think there might be another player that Liverpool do go for in the summer transfer window anyway. But we are going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in, I should say. Tomorrow we are going to talk more about preseason. We're going to take a look at the squad. We're going to have a look again who Arne Slot is going to take a look at throughout preseason. Basically, top 5 players that Arne Slot's going to look at in preseason, because of course I believe they fly out to America tomorrow. So again, keep an eye out for Friday, of course, because Friday is when the proper preseason starts. Of course, we do play Real Betis, I think, at 1:30 in the morning. So again, if anyone, we won't be doing watch-alongs for that. I'm already going to say that. I will be watching the games, but I will not be live streaming them. So again, any news that does come out anyway, we'll be live for you guys, of course, anyway. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.